Alright folks, I want to welcome everybody to this here video. Basically I'm out here on the balcony of the penthouse suite overlooking the vibrant Times Square down there. I mean, you know, like this morning I peeked over the rail. Here come this kuya riding a carabao, water buffalo, whatever you want to call it. Come down through there riding on a carabao, have one in tow, rolling strong right through the middle of Times Square. Got tricycles coming and going. Got these dudes over there practicing a little chicken fighting going on. All kind of activity. People smiling and laughing. Definitely like a different mood than when I left here 2 months ago. Went on my little tour of America. So now I'm just chilling out. I got a 14-day home quarantine. So what is this, day 2, day 3? I don't know, I wrote it down on the calendar. I know which day I get out of jail, but I'm not complaining, folks. I'm back with the family, back with the crew. Less than 2-week quarantine, and 2-week quarantine, I'll be able to go down and see my little girl. So life is good for me. Life is good for me. It's good to see people down on the street laughing and carrying on, what have you. So I'm just sitting here chilling, sipping on a little cold H2O. Wife number 1 and Forrest G are in there sleeping. Now look, it's like 9:40 in the morning, but you know, apparently Forrest G's gotten this routine where he stays up late. So he stayed up late last night, and then like 4 in the morning he's rooting around, you know, gets everybody up. We're trying to get him back to sleep, and then finally, like, I guess, you know, hell, I probably got out of bed 4:30. You know, I'm not drinking anymore, so getting up early ain't no big deal. And then he finally goes to bed, and then they'll sleep, you know, till probably 10:30. But it's not because they're sleeping their lives away. It's because this dude stays up late, and you know, he does disrupt his mother's sleep patterns at night. So I ain't mad at her for sleeping in, folks. She's tired as hell because, you know, just dealing with him. Sometimes he's a wild man, so they're in there sleeping it off. But today, folks, just come up with a great idea. Now look, when you talk about buying a bar or what have you, especially in Southeast Asia, 99.999% of the time, it's a bad idea. Ask any of these bar owners. I'm not making this shit up. You know, I've lived over on this side of the world right at a decade. I know plenty of people who have come and bought bars, lost their ass, never made a dime. So you don't got to take my word for it. Buying a bar in this region is mostly not a great idea, especially during the year 2020. Now in Barreto, according to my buddy Dennis, there's some bars that are open. That's a good sign that there's bars open. He said there's no customers. Well, when you have a travel ban on incoming tourists, well, that's to be expected. So why am I sitting here talking about a bar? We kicked the idea around before, you know, just messing around talking about opening up a bar. This was back when things were rocking and rolling in Angeles last year before. About opening up this Brazilian wax salon, right? Well, it wasn't a bar. We're talking about opening up a Brazilian wax salon where where the ladies can come in, get a Brazilian wax if they wanted it for free, and agreed to allow the procedure to be live streamed for educational purposes on YouTube. We let them do it for free. I mean, no face, no shots like that. I mean, just go do a search on YouTube. Put in Brazilian wax education, whatever. You can look at Beaver all damn day long. But because it's a procedure, and you put for educational purposes, they allow that. So anyhow, we were talking about opening up this place and just doing Brazilian waxes, live streaming it. If the young lady agreed to, then she would get it for free. What a great business concept. So I said, let's take it one step further. Let's open up the Overstay Road Saloon, Haberdashery, and Bikini Wax Salon, and just roll all this into one package. So I mean, imagine, gentlemen, right? You want to go to the bar. You go to the bar. You cut a right to the bar. Your old lady cuts a left to the Bikini Wax Salon. And you can sit there and drink cold beer while your old lady gets a bikini wax. Where is there any downside to that arrangement? Anytime you want to go to the bar, your old lady's going to be glad to go. She's going to get a bikini wax. You can sit over there and get drunk. You're both happy. I mean, it's just a perfect arrangement. I mean, I threw the haberdashery in there too, maybe sell some men's clothing, stuff like that, and maybe little trinkets related to sewing. I mean, why would you not want to have a haberdashery, right? So I'm kind of envisioning this thing. Like I said, we kicked it around a couple years ago, but I've been sitting there thinking about it, about how much money I need to open it, where, locations, putting together a little business plan. And I said, well, I think we need our own island. That's what I think. Hey, baby, good morning. Hey, I'll come in there and eat in a minute, baby. Thank you very much. Thank you. They made me some scrambled eggs. She's awake. So anyhow, I said, I think the first thing I need is an island. I mean, how do you set yourself apart? I mean, if we're gonna do this, we gotta do it proper. You either gotta go big or you go home, right? So I said, we gotta have an island, a private island. Now, believe it or not, around here, I mean, everywhere around the world, you can buy private islands. In the Philippines, there's a few for sale that are actually pretty reasonable. Now, the reason they're reasonable, because there's no electricity, there's no running water, there's no utilities, there's no way to get there, right? But where there's a will, there's a way. So anyhow, I'm thinking, we probably need a private island for this Overstay Road Saloon, Haberdashery, and Bikini Wax Salon. So I'll factor that in. Obviously, that's going to be up there in cost. Add to the the initial cost of securing the property, building the property. But I'm thinking, like, envisioning this saloon like in the Wild West, old Wild West ghost town type deal. You got this saloon. You step up there with the swinging doors, and then you go out back. You're looking at the beach. So, theoretically, you could ride in on a horse or a carabao or a water buffalo, and then you tie up the water buffalo out front, walk through them swinging doors. You're looking at the beach in the background. Just trying to get a little vision here, how to set this thing apart. And even though it's on the beach, I'm thinking hardwood floors. A saloon. When you say saloon, that's what I want it to look like and feel like. You got stairs going up to a few rooms up there. What else you gotta have? You gotta have a piano. You gotta have some dude over there dealing cards. The whole 9 yards on this thing. So I said, I figure like 8.6, 8.7 million US will probably get this thing put together. Probably get it done somewhere in there. So I said, well, How can we fund this, right? I said, well, let's do a GoFundMe page. Now, let me give a quick shout out to my friends. I did a GoFundMe page about a month ago, or whatever. It's kind of been a little down, emotional state, missing my babies. You know, when you start this business, folks, when I say business, YouTube business, people will come to you and say, hey man, why don't you have a PayPal link? You know, I want to, you know, hey buddy, what's going on?
How are you?
Folks, I got Jason on the scene here, my friends. Yeah. Hey man, what's going on, dude? Thanks, man. Folks, I'll be right back. Hold that thought. All right, cool, folks. I'm back. Good to see Jason. You know, he said, man, everything's much better here now. You can go to Longapo. You know, you just got to have your quarantine pass. Said no problems. You know, some of the bars in Breda are open in the mornings. Still a curfew. Curfew here is 8 p.m. And I think he said over there at 7. But you know, a lot of positive changes, evolution, involvement. Damn. That's an easy way to break an iPhone. A lot of changes for the positive since I've been gone 2 months ago. So anyhow, good to see him. Another 12 days we'll be riding in the Lamborghini. Check things out in Barretto. Yeah, so back to this bar, this Saloon. You know, that's what I'm thinking. I'm thinking like 8.6, 8.7 million US to get it done. And just build out this beautiful Wild West type saloon right there on the beach, on the private island. And you know, why just make it a destination location. You can't go to, you know, wherever we're gonna put it. And folks, the location of this little gym is still yet to be determined. Looking at either the Philippines, maybe Indonesia, Bali, Florida Keys, Alaska, Timbuktu. You gotta wait, you know. You gotta do environmental studies, environmental impact studies. Waiting on them EPA reports to come back. So anyhow, so what I've done, folks, we started a GoFundMe page to fund this little business venture. Link to that page is down in the description. So if you'd like to contribute to this little business venture, the Overstay Road Saloon, Haberdashery, and Bikini Wax Salon, you can do so down below with that link. And what I'm going to do, folks, I'm going to use that GoFundMe page as sort of our, I mean, that's going to be the center point of gravity if you want to contribute via that platform. And you know, people, I guess what I was talking about before, you know, people tell you, hey, you know, you need to have a PayPal account. You know, what's your PayPal? Want to support your channel, so you sign up for that. And then some people will come and say, hey man, why don't you have a Patreon account? You're like, oh, okay, all right, let me sign up for that. So you know, I did sign up for the PayPal.me link, whatever. I have that. You know, a year or so ago, I signed up for the Patreon, and I didn't like Patreon. I did a video about why I shut down the Patreon account and gave up like $300 a month income. I just didn't like the platform. I didn't like Patreon. It created too much work for me. It wasn't what I was looking for. So I got rid of that. I don't really like the PayPal because what it does, it'll send you an email, but sometimes when somebody sends a donation in, it doesn't list their email or it doesn't list their address. And so I haven't quite figured that exactly out. I don't know Obviously, it's a setting that the person sets. Either they don't want you to have their email, they don't want you to look at their address, whatever. So there's not an efficient way to say thanks. And so I really don't like the PayPal method. I was looking for something like efficient to where if one of you guys sends me some money, I can flip a quick, hey, thank you, appreciate it, and go on to the next one. So let's see, what other platform? Anyhow, all these different platforms, right? And I understand people have their own favorite platform for providing support to people like me, creators. So anyhow, somebody said, hey man, start a GoFundMe page. I did. I sat down, tried to figure it out, and it's actually pretty simple. I made a few mistakes setting it up. And when I set the first one up, you know, I was thinking about my kids. I was stuck over in the U.S. and a little bit emotional. And 5 of you actually sent money to that account. Thank you very much. I hope you got the email message that I wrote to you guys. But when I went back and I looked at that, I was like, you know, this is just it was too sad. So I've taken that thing down. I have replaced the GoFundMe page with this new project. It's a positive, feel good, make you laugh type project. I mean, who doesn't want to be part of this project? A Saloon, a Haberdashery, and a Bikini wax salon, man, that's something I can get behind. So anyhow, that GoFundMe page and that long-term project, folks, that's going to be if you're thinking about supporting the channel, just do it on that platform, because it's easy for me to flip you a quick, hey, thank you, appreciate it, and acknowledge it. You know, if you send $1 or $2, it's easy to say thanks. And if a lot of people send $2, then I can just put a post on there, thank you, in that form or fashion. And it's easy to provide updates on there too. But anyhow, back to the business concept, you know. What we're thinking is, okay, got this private island, got this saloon set up. You can drink beer while your old lady's getting a bikini wax. And if she agrees to allow us to live stream that for educational purposes, any revenue generated during that live stream, we're going to take 25% of that. In some form or fashion, we're going to use that 25% to support single moms working at go-go's and foot massage parlors. Why not? So, all kind of good concepts that can come out of this. But you know, it just takes funding to do it. Like I said, 8.6 mil, I think we can get it done. Be a worthwhile place for you to visit. And I'm going to keep you updated on this, folks, as this develops. Now, I think it's a good time to be thinking about this, because there's so many bar closures, or so many hotels closed down. Now is the time to buy. What do they say? You know, when it comes to real estate, the best time to buy is when the buildings are on fire and there's blood in the streets. Well, I mean, we're not that bad, but you know, people are out of business. There's no customers. So I would think that if you really wanted to open up a bar 5 years down the road, I mean, now's the time to go buy properties that, you know, people are walking away from. So once I get off this little quarantine, folks, I'm gonna take a look around, look at for some for sale signs, for lease, for rent. Not for lease or for rent. I'm going for the whole private island. We'll figure it out. So folks, if you got any great business ideas, you know, to assist us in this little business venture, just leave them down in the comments below. I'll never own a bar. I'm a better bar customer than I'm a bar owner. That's a proven fact. I almost bought a bar 10 years ago on Soy 6 in Pattaya, Thailand. I did not do it. But at this point in life, you know, maybe it would be a fun go, especially if I don't drink, if I'm not a drinker now. You know, because you look at more like at it like it's a business, and the bar is not the only concept. You know, you got the salon, you got the retail spot with the haberdashery, rent some rooms out, run some water sports. I don't know, maybe set up some cockfights. Matter of fact, that's what I was talking about earlier. After the dude rode by with the carabao, there were some cats over there practicing their cockfighting skills with their chickens. Now they don't have the blades on them, they're just over there practicing. But yeah, maybe set up some cockfights. All kinds. Just, the sky is the limit. If you've got your own private island with a saloon and a haberdashery and a bikini wax salon, folks, there's so many ways to generate revenue, I'm telling you. So I'm working on the business plan now. If you got any suggestions, leave them down in the comments. If you'd like to contribute to this business venture, links down in the description to the GoFundMe page. If you're not familiar with GoFundMe, folks, you can, in the words of Beth on Yellowstone, it's like a pickle jar, a tip jar that the entire world can contribute to. That's what a GoFundMe page is. You can set one up for anything. Anything and everything. People have made millions of dollars supporting this cause, this cause, this cause. Just go in there and browse it. You can put one up if you want to. If you need a new laptop, you can put up a GoFundMe page and say, you know, my name is Joe Blow and I need a new laptop. I need $1,000 to buy a new MacBook. If you want to travel the world, you can say, hey, my name is Billy Bob and I need $2,500 to go to Bali on vacation and I'm broke. Anything you want to do on GoFundMe. Pretty much, I don't want to say the sky's the limit, but yeah, pretty close to the sky's the limit. So there you go. We need 8.7 million to fund the Overstay Road Saloon, Haberdashery, and Bikini Wax Salon. Folks, I gotta go eat my eggs. They're getting cold. We're gonna barbecue later on. I don't know if I'll include that in this video, but we are barbecuing today. Even if it rains, we're gonna take it downstairs underneath cover and we're barbecuing. I gotta work on my tan. It's a beautiful day to do it, so I'm gonna be out here working on my tan, just riding my time on this quarantine lockdown. We got 12 more days, and then I'm gonna start back some walking tours. I'll let you know what's going on in Barrio Barreto, what's going on in Subic. You know, hit some of these bars and figure out what their status is. The status is, are, whatever appropriate terminology. But you're gonna have to give me about 12 days before I start that, because I'm locked down in this chair. And then we'll figure out what's going on. Beloit Beach, Barreto, on Subic Bay. Folks, if you're not a subscriber, right there, hit that Overstay Road sign. Get on board my channel. I'd appreciate it. 26,000, over 100 subscribers and climbing. My goodness, all I can say is thank you. And I'm looking forward to the way ahead. Looking forward to the way ahead, my friends. So again, to my 5 friends who donated to that first GoFundMe page, you know, thank you very much. That money that's donated, I got it in there in an envelope, and I'm gonna save it for something special for Forest G or a cause that comes along that just needs attention to. But the new GoFundMe page, that's just our. That's what I want to portray. I want people to go and look at that and get on board, crack a smile, laugh. It doesn't matter whether you send a donation or not. I just want to make you smile, put a smile on your face. All right, folks. I'll see you on the next one. Peace out. Wish us luck with the Saloon, Haberdashery, and Bikini Wax Salon. It's coming. It's coming. We're gonna make this a reality.